Back, why your baby daddy calling you this late?
He want to talk about the kid.
Yeah.
The kids.
He want to talk about the kids. The kids are sweet.
Or more kids.
It's never gonna happen.
Is you sure naive?
You sure naive?
Nah, bitch.
Scrappy is high-key trying to get back with me at this point. He's sending flowers to my house every day. He wants to do family things, and I am absolutely not an Erica Dixon. You can spin a block with that one, and she is gonna be there for you and your new baby, and probably be best friends with the other baby mama too. But it ain't gonna be me.
I don't ask for none of this. I ain't asking my mama to go through this, bro.
And it's serious right now, like.
You know what I'm saying, bro? Nigga, I was on the floor crying last night, bro.
Listen, bro. Don't let that
Nah, nigga, my mama, man.
Don't let that with you, bro.
Man, I got people trying to be in my business about the baby and stuff. You know, we got baby mama number 2 mad. Like, I don't know what I did to her. And then my mom, cause she going through it. I mean, and then
What point do I really just say all this? I'm like robbing myself out of just moments in my life because of my loyalty to somebody who never really truly held me down in any capacity.
Scott, why you ain't talk to her all day?
Because that's what we do.
I told her I was going through something last night. I said, yo,
I said, I'm trying to understand what's happening.
My mother is dying.
You being hella dramatic.
I'm really just quiet, period. I ain't even got the strength to do this.
You done talk about me to everybody around this motherfucker.
You done talk about me. You done talk about me. You done hold you down. I done held you down. And I down. But you know what? You know what?
Go away.
You know what? You
saw that. I ain't going nowhere, and that's why you mad. That's why you really mad.
I'm not mad at you, ma'am. I really love you.
Yeah, okay.
You blocked her after me and you started back being cool. So she want to know why you blocked her.
I seen how y'all going. I was like, I'm not even part of this.
But you know what, Scrap? I will tell you this. You're wrong because you was flirting with her for a very long time.
You said I was flirting with her?
Why was that wrong?
Show it.
Don't flirt with the don't go with the friends. Don't go with the people in the circle.
I just want everybody to know I don't give a who Scrap flirts with, okay? He's free to flirt with whoever the he want to flirt with.
Scrappy stood there, his heart pounding in his chest as the words he had hoped to hear echoed in his mind. But they never came. Bambi's eyes were distant, her expression unreadable. She had always been a beautiful enigma to him, and for so long, he had believed that if he just tried hard enough, she would eventually see him the way he saw her. The sun was setting, casting an orange glow across the meadow where they stood, and the air felt thick with tension. Scrappy's hands trembled as he reached into his jacket pocket, pulling out a small velvet box. His stomach twisted in knots. This was it, the moment that would either make or break everything. He had spent weeks planning for this, rehearsing his words, imagining the smile on her face as she said yes. He had pictured their future together, hand in hand, facing the world as one. The years of friendship, the moments of laughter, the quiet understanding they shared, it all felt like it was leading to this one defining moment. "Scrappy," Bambi said softly, her voice cracking slightly. "I don't know what to say. I didn't expect this." His pulse quickened as she slowly stepped back, her gaze lowering to the ground. "I care about you, Scrappy, but I don't feel the same way. I don't think I ever will." The words hit him like a blow to the chest. The world around him seemed to blur, the colors of the sky fading into a dull haze. He wanted to speak, to tell her that this wasn't just a passing moment, that he had loved her for so long, that she was the only one who had ever truly mattered. But his throat felt tight, his words stuck somewhere between his heart and his lips. For a long time, there was silence between them. The wind rustled the leaves, and the distant call of a bird broke through the stillness, but none of it seemed real. Scrappy's legs felt weak beneath him. He wanted to fall to his knees, to beg her to reconsider, but something inside told him that pleading would only make it worse. He opened the box, the engagement ring glistening in the soft light of the setting sun. He didn't know why he was still holding it, why he hadn't just dropped it to the ground and walked away. But he couldn't. He couldn't let go of the dream, even if it was slipping through his fingers. Bambi looked at the ring for a moment, then back at him, her expression sorrowful. "I'm so sorry, Scrappy," she whispered, the guilt evident in her voice. "I never wanted to hurt you. You're one of the most important people in my life. But not in that way. Scrappy's breath hitched. But I've always been there for you. I've always been loyal. Don't you see? I love you, Bambi. His voice wavered, the pain leaking through the cracks of his usually strong exterior. She nodded, a tear escaping from the corner of her eye. I know, and I'll always care for you. But love, it's not something that can be forced. You deserve someone who truly feels the same way, someone who can make you as happy as you deserve to be. The finality of her words struck him like a cold wave. He had always believed there was a chance. He had always believed that love would find a way. But in that moment, it felt as if the world had shifted, and the person he had hoped to build a future with was slipping away. He couldn't stop the tears from forming in his eyes. Scrappy had always prided himself on being strong, on being the one people could count on. But in that instant, he felt weak. His whole life had been wrapped around the idea of a future with Bambi, and now it was gone. Bambi reached out hesitantly, placing a gentle hand on his arm. Please don't be upset. I never wanted this to hurt you. He took a shaky breath, trying to steady himself. He wanted to pull away from her touch, to distance himself from the pain, but instead, he found himself looking into her eyes. Eyes that he had admired for so long, eyes that now felt like a distant memory. I'll always be here for you, Scrappy, Bambi said quietly. But right now, we both need time to figure things out. And just like that, she turned and walked away, leaving him standing alone in the fading light. Scrappy remained in the meadow, the weight of her rejection pressing down on him like a heavy burden. He had no idea how long he stood there, staring at the empty space where Bambi had once been. The ring in his hand felt like a symbol of everything he had lost. But deep down, he knew he couldn't give up. Not yet. Wait until the day came when Bambi might realize that she had made a mistake. Wait until the day she might return to him. Because despite everything, despite the rejection, Scrappy couldn't let go of the hope that somehow, some way, she would come back into his life. And in that quiet moment, as the last rays of the sun disappeared beyond the horizon, he made a promise to himself. He would wait, no matter how long it took, because love in his heart was never meant to be one-sided. And if there was a chance, no matter in the heart of Atlanta, where the streets pulse with the beats of hip-hop and the air is thick with ambition, there was a love story that caught the eyes of many. Lil Scrappy, a rising star in the rap game, had found a partner in Bambi Benson, a beautiful model and entrepreneur. Together, they became one of the most talked-about couples in the entertainment world. Their relationship played out on the reality TV show Love and Hip Hop, Atlanta, giving fans a glimpse into their whirlwind romance and their ups and downs. Their chemistry was undeniable, and for a time, it seemed like they had everything. Scrappy, with his gritty, unapologetic rhymes, found balance in Bambi, whose poise and elegance grounded him. They were a perfect balance of fire and grace. Yet, like many relationships under the scrutiny of public life, theirs wasn't without its challenges. There were whispers of infidelity, heated arguments aired for the world to see, and the pressures of being constantly in the limelight. All of it began to weigh heavy on them. As time passed, cracks began to show, and eventually, their love story came to an end. The public separation was messy. For Scrappy, the loss of Bambi was a blow he wasn't prepared for. His emotions were raw, and the pain of losing her hit him hard. The man who once dominated the stage with his confident flow and bold persona was now left to grapple with the reality of heartbreak. Scrappy, unable to hide the sorrow in his heart, turned to his fans, sharing a vulnerable side of himself that few had ever seen. He posted messages filled with regret and longing. He spoke of the void Bambi left in his life, the emptiness he felt without her by his side. He wasn't shy about showing his tears, a stark contrast to the tough exterior he once wore. It wasn't just the loss of love, it was the deep ache of knowing that something beautiful had slipped through his fingers. In one heartfelt post, he begged Bambi to come back into his life, pleading for another chance. In a tearful moment, Scrappy spoke of his mother, Mama D. She was always there in the background, a powerful force in his life, and her opinion carried weight. Scrappy revealed that Mama D, too, wanted him and Bambi to find their way back to each other.
Me to her, you blocked her after me and you started back
being cool. So she want to know why you blocked her.
I seen how y'all going. I was like, I'm not even part of this.
But you know what, Scrap? I will tell you this. You're wrong because you was flirting with her for a very long time.
You said I was flirting with her?
What was that wrong?
Show it.
Don't flirt with the don't go with the friends. Don't go with the people in the circle.
I just want everybody to know I don't give a who Scrap flirts with, okay? He's free to flirt with whoever the he want to flirt with.
Once again.
She believed that they were meant to be together. Scrappy's voice quivered as he spoke of his mom's desire for family unity, a plea that echoed the wishes of many who wanted to see them reconcile. His mother's voice added a layer of urgency to his cries, as if to say, "You both belong together." But Bambi, in her quiet strength, didn't respond in the way Scrappy had hoped. She carried herself with dignity, choosing not to get swept up in the public drama. While Scrappy bared his soul to the world, Bambi stayed composed, focused on her own path, and moved forward. She didn't engage with the emotional posts or the tears. For her, it seemed that the healing process was already underway. She didn't need to explain herself, and perhaps she had already made peace with the separation. The world, however, wasn't so quick to let go. Fans, media outlets, and followers alike couldn't help but watch closely, dissecting every social media post, every interview, and every fleeting glance. The story of Lil Scrappy and Bambi became a spectacle. People questioned whether love was strong enough to heal the wounds of betrayal, if time could repair the damage done, or if the pressures of fame had ultimately torn them apart. As the weeks turned into months, rumors swirled about their relationship status. There were sightings of them together at events, which only fueled speculation that perhaps they were trying to work things out. But despite the rumors, neither Lil Scrappy nor Bambi made any public declarations about their relationship. There was no confirmation or denial, only silence that lingered in the air. The speculation became a constant, and fans were left to wonder if the love they once saw between Scrappy and Bambi was truly gone, or if it was just buried beneath the weight of everything they had endured.
In the meantime, both of them focused on their respective careers. Scrappy released new music, channeling the heartache he was experiencing into his art. His tracks were filled with vulnerability, revealing the pain and regret that had taken over his soul. For Bambi, life moved forward as well. She dove deeper into her business ventures and continued to build her brand. The strength she showed during this time was a testament to her resilience, as she worked tirelessly to carve out her own path outside of the chaos that surrounded her personal life. As the months went by, the public's fascination with the pair began to fade, but the memory of their love story lingered. Some still hoped for a reunion, holding on to the belief that they were meant to be. Others accepted that their chapter had closed, and the two had moved on in different directions. But Lil Scrappy's tears, his pleas for Bambi to return, and the heartfelt words of his mother continued to echo in the hearts of those who had witnessed their love story. In his vulnerability, Scrappy showed a side of himself that many didn't expect, one that was deeply human, capable of loving with all his heart, and willing to admit his mistakes. For Bambi, the journey was one of self-discovery and empowerment, as she forged her own path in the world without being defined by the man who had once been her everything. As the years went on, the tale of Lil Scrappy and Bambi became more than just a public spectacle. It became a reminder of the complexities of love, the power of personal growth, and the impact that family can have on one's decisions. Scrappy's story was a testament to the vulnerability that comes with love and loss, while Bambi's journey symbolized strength and independence. Both had been forever changed by their relationship, but perhaps that's what made their story so unforgettable. In the end, whether they would find their way back to each other remained uncertain, but the love they shared, the heartbreak they endured, and the lessons they learned would stay with them forever, a part of their individual legacies, written in the music they made and the lives they led.
I don't ask for none of this. I ain't asked for my mama to go through this, bro.
And it's serious right now, like.
You know what I'm saying, bro? Nigga, I was on the floor crying last night, bro.
Listen, bro. Don't let that
Nah, nigga, my mama, man.
Don't let that put you, bro.
Man, I got people trying to be in my business about the baby and stuff. You know, we got baby mama number 2 mad. Like, I don't know what I did to her. And then my mom, cause she going through it. I mean, and did
What point do I really just say all this? I'm like robbing myself out of just moments in my life because of my loyalty to somebody who never really truly held me down in any capacity.
Scott, why you ain't talk to her all day?
Because that's what we do.
I told her I was going through something last night. I said, yo,
I said, I'm trying to understand what's happening.
My mother is dying.
You being hella dramatic.
I'm really just quiet, period. I ain't even got the strength to do this.
You done talk about me to everybody around this motherfucker.
You done talk about me. You done talk about me. You done hold you down. I done held you down. And I down. But you know what? You know what?
Go away.
You know what? You away.
All that. I ain't going nowhere, and that's why you mad. That's why you really mad.
I'm not mad at you, ma'am. I really love you.
Yeah, okay.